Hello, it's Ed. Welcome to the studio. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to do something inside the studio today. So we're actually going to live up to the name of this series. What I want to do is something to do with portraiture. And one of the things that I found really important, it's the lighting. There are obviously lots of things that make a difference when you're making a portrait. The focal length of the lens that you use, your rapport with the model, the makeup, the styling, but lighting is key. Lighting is so important. And I've worked with all different kinds of lighting. I prefer to use natural light where possible, but sometimes you need to use studio lighting. And I find it can be quite harsh, even if you're using umbrellas to diffuse the light and things like that. I struggle with it. But the one thing that I found really improved my portraits was the use of a softbox. I love having a softbox, and I used to take a softbox with me to locations wherever I went. Even if I was just going to use one light, I would have the softbox, and it made a huge difference. The light is just so much nicer. You get these lovely big chunky catch lights in the eyes, which are almost universally attractive. Sometimes with glasses you do get issues, but you know that's an issue with any kind of directional lighting. So yeah, loved having a softbox. But I don't have one anymore, and it's a really embarrassing reason why, which is that on one occasion I was doing a shoot and I was using continuous lighting rather than strobes. So I attached my softbox as usual to the lighting, got on with the session, chatting away to the sitter. It was all going really well, and then I noticed a strong smell of burning, and just in time managed to stop the whole lighting going up in flames because the heat of the lamp had actually melted the mount of the softbox, which had then dropped down to be touching the light. So disaster was averted. I learned my lesson, but I never replaced that softbox. I felt like it was a punishment that I should have to do without it because I'd been so stupid. And they're not cheap, actually. If you want to get a decent softbox, they are quite expensive for what they are. And you really do need a big one, because a small one, it just doesn't do the job. You need something large enough to give that diffuse light over the whole subject. So unless you're photographing small objects or miniatures, you need one. I think mine was about 1 metre across, and that was just about right for the job. So I would like to get that effect without buying something, so I'm going to cobble something together as I always do. If you're going to do something, I really recommend you buy a softbox and make sure you use it according to the correct instructions so you get the best out of it. But this is just for me, just for a one-off use, just to see if I've really missed what I missed as much as I thought I did, in which case maybe I'll treat myself. But let me see what I can cobble together out of some old boxes, gaffer tape, the usual stuff, and we'll see what sort of difference it makes. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so here we are, ready for a portrait session. A little bit of sugar paper, bin bags, an old cardboard box and lots of gaffer tape, and we have a usable softbox. It's on this lighting stand here, attached to a porta flash unit with a sync lead leading to the Canon 5D Mark II here, which has a Sigma 70-200 lens on it at the 70 setting, and we've got a plain white background which isn't lit. So we're just using 1-point lighting, so it's not going to be lovely. I've not used the reflector to even out the lighting and things because I'm just doing some quick self-portraits. But what I want to show is the difference between using this softbox and not using the softbox. And I think what we'll see is that with the softbox, it's a more smooth, attractive light, fewer wrinkles, nice chunky catch lights in the eyes, and a good gradual fall off from light to dark. When I take the softbox off, what I'll do is I will turn down the power of the portaflash. It's on a half at the moment. I'll take it down to a quarter, because obviously some of the light is being lost through the diffused material, so it wouldn't be a like for like comparison if I just powered it on the same amount of power. It would bleach me out. So what I'll do is I'll just change that and everything else will stay the same. And I think what you'll see is then, without the softbox, really hard shadows, lots of wrinkles, showing all the imperfections in the skin, and really horrible tiny little pointy catch lights in the eyes. Right, so all set up, all focused already. Let's take some pictures. Okay, so there we go, softboxes. I think they're brilliant. I still think they're brilliant. What do you think? It'd be really nice to hear your views. Drop something in the comments down below if you get a chance. Whatever you do, have a fantastic week until next time, and do like, subscribe, share. Really help me out if you could just spare a minute to do that. But that's it for this week. Bye for now.